Hello and welcome to Between the Lines on Elevation 5280 Sports and Lifestyle. I'm your host, Katie Mack, and this is what's going on in the sports world this week. Now, week 15 in the NFL kicked off last night with Thursday Night Football as the Rams took care of the 49ers in an NFC West battle. Other key matchups this week are the Steelers heading into Philly to battle the Eagles. Buffalo is heading into Detroit, and the Sunday night cap sees Green Bay visiting Seattle. Then on Monday night, we'll see a doubleheader with Chicago at Minnesota and Atlanta in Sin City. Now, staying in football, but moving on over to the college side, former NFL legend Bill Belichick becomes the new head coach at North Carolina on a 5-year deal. This will be the first time that Belichick has ever coached at the collegiate level. We had some huge conference battles last weekend. The two biggest upsets, I'd say, were Clemson taking down SMU. It was a nail-biter that came down to a final field goal, and Georgia upsetting Texas in overtime at the SEC championships. Now, I was actually on the sideline for that, and man, what a game it was. We will see all four of those teams again in the college football playoff. And speaking of the college football playoff, I think for once, people are not completely outraged that their team did not get in. I think the 12-team playoff has solved some of those past issues we've had, like the issue of Georgia and FSU not getting in last year. But it'll be interesting to see how things shake out in the next few weeks in terms of how strength of schedule plays out in selection, because some believe that some teams have had easier paths to the playoffs than others. Either way, we are in for an action-packed college football playoff, so buckle your seatbelts, folks. It is the offseason in baseball, but that is not stopping some big moves, as probably the biggest in baseball free agency and baseball offseason. Say hi to my dog. She's sitting with me today. Was outfielder Juan Soto leaving the Yankees for the borough rival deal Mets on a historic 15-year, $765 million deal. That contract makes him the highest paid baseball player in history, with Shohei Ohtani not far behind at $700 million. Now, I talk about this in a lot more detail on my other podcast, Tailgate Talk, so go give that a listen. But this is a super interesting deal that I think could set the standard for free agency going forward. The Yankees bounced back, however, and inked pitcher Mack Fried to an 8-year, $218 million deal, which is the largest deal in history ever offered to a lefty. And the Boston Red Sox also acquired pitcher Garrett Crochet from the other pair of Sox in exchange for a handful of some of their top prospects. Finally, in the NBA, we are now in the semifinals for the NBA Cup. In the East, it is the Milwaukee Bucks and the Atlanta Hawks, and in the West, it will be the Oklahoma City Thunder battling the Houston Rockets. Don't forget to head on over to all of our socials and give them a like and a follow, as well as subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify accounts. Just search up Elevation 5280 Sports and Lifestyle. And as always, check out our home base, e5280sports.com. Once again, I'm Katie Mack on Between the Lines, and we'll talk to you guys next week.